Hi, I'm Brock. So today let's keep reviewing AI template. So as I mentioned yesterday, I found that if I use AI company ranking, I will spend time on some company which doesn't which doesn't well which doesn't play so much a big role in the industry from the perspective of market value. So I changed my strategy today. I'm using the list of unicorn startup companies and use this ranking to research on companies, no matter whether it's categorized as an AI company or not. But of course, even if this company is not specifically identified as an AI company, let's say SpaceX, but when I do my report research, I will focus on the AI products they have. So the first in the ranking, the first company is OpenAI, and the current because they haven't go for IPO, so it's still a private company. So the market valuation is it's a estimation. It's around $500 billion. It's a lot. Okay, so um, let's have a look at it. OpenAI's product portfolio can span three core tracks: consumer LM layer, developer platform layer, and a multi-modal content generation layer. Well, the parag oh, doesn't generate it successfully. Fix the bug in the code with Mermaid 8.8. You see, in my prompt, I clearly require you to use Mermaid 8, but it doesn't. You should say, please don't use grammar only available in Mermaid 9X versions. Yeah, let me emphasize this again. Similarly, I should mention this when I should mention this when yeah, when I create a report for open source projects, I should also emphasize this. Okay, so let's try. But still, I already installed Mermaid extension. I don't know why it still doesn't support version above 9. Okay, this is a ecosystem. Consumer layer products. Product 1, ChatGPT is OpenAI's flagship consumer product built on the GPT series of large language model. On August 7, 2025, OpenAI released GPT-5, its most advanced model up to date. It features unified reasoning system, reduced hallucination, superior coding, math reasoning, developer platform layer, The OpenAI API platform provides developers with access to GPT series models, supporting text generation, code completion, image understanding, and more. Multi-modal context generation layer. Sora video generation model. Sora is OpenAI's text-to-video generation model. Sora 2, released on September 13, 2025, represents a major breakthrough in video generation. Key features: physical accuracy, cameras, synchronized audio and video, social platform. Again, you see, it doesn't generate English translation correctly here. So it always makes some minor mistakes. DALL-E, how to pronounce it?
DALL-E, DALL-E,
DALL-E,
DALL-E,
DALL-E. DALL-E is OpenAI's image generation model, with the latest version being GPT Image 1, released in April 2025. Features: data instruction following, reliable text rendering, supports image input for editing and in-painting. Core product functions: ChatGPT-5 function metrics, input modalities, image, text, audio, video frames, processing, writing, analysis, coding, reasoning, output, text response, code generation, image generation via DALL-E, voice output. Core features: multi-round dialogue, code generation, deep research. I'm thinking about when I use cloud to generate reports. Maybe I can use enable deep research model, right? So maybe I should turn on research and extended, extended thinking. Okay, let me write this down. Okay. Voice mode, file analysis, personalization. OpenAI API call functions, main API endpoints, chat completion API, assistant API, real-time API, batch API, embedding API, fine-tuning API, Sora call functions, text to video, image to video, video extension, remix or remix,
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 remix, blend, loop, storyboard. Revenue structure: 45% is ChatGPT subscription, 35% is API usage, 15% is enterprise solution. Pricing: Free, it's $0. Plus $20. Pro, $200. King, $30 per user per month. Enterprise, personalized. API pricing model. User pay per token usage-based model. Tokens are the basic units of text processing, roughly equivalent to 0.75 English words. Okay, so you see the data here is missing. Business mode SWOT analysis. It doesn't provide English translation here. Okay, core technologies, transformer architecture. GPT is based on transformer architecture, a neural network architecture based on attention mechanism, a technique that allows models to focus on the most relevant parts of input. 3 modules, pre-training. The second one is post-training. Last one, inference. Core technology stack, RLHF, reinforced learning from human feedback. Chain of thought, tool use, function calling, mixture of experts, safe completions. Sora core technologies. Sora user diffusion transformer. I don't know, but somehow I didn't see diffusion in the I didn't see diffusion in the enhancing phase. Yeah, so you see that in the first page of the ranking, diffusion is even not here. Don't know why, but yeah. Key tactical features. So again, it doesn't translate it. 3D patches, potential space, video decoder, recaptioning, infrastructure. OpenAI's AI infrastructure primarily rely on Microsoft Azure supercomputers, using large-scale GPU clusters for model training. Stargate project. $500 billion. That's a lot. You see, in the past 3 years, I can clearly feel the trend that I actually see 3 trends. The first trend is that companies, or especially tech companies, their stock market is growing rapidly. The second observation is that they spend lots of money on AI, either AI infrastructure or AI products, whatever. The third observation is that they keep cutting off employees. And I didn't see any possibility for the change or turnaround of this trend. I don't know such trending will last how long it will last. 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, I don't know. But at least I didn't see the turning point at this moment. Which means that even if we have a job at this moment, there's no guarantee whether next month or even next week we won't be fired. We won't be fired. So that's require a huge mindset change. Key milestones. Okay, it doesn't load successfully again. Oh, this is pretty beautiful. I like this milestone diagram. Although here, it looks like something is missing here. But anyway. So OpenAI is founded in 2015, before the dawn of AlphaGo. Three years later, 2018, GPT-1 is published. 2019, GPT-2 is published. 2020, GPT-3 is published. And 2022, that's the aha moment when GPT-3 chatbot is known by the whole world in weeks or even in days. GPT model evaluation. GPT-1, 2018, the parameters are 117 million. 2019, GPT-2 parameter is 1.5 billion. 2020, GPT-3 is 175 billion parameters. And all the later GPT models, they don't publish their parameters. But I assume it will be 10 times or even 100 times bigger. Events timeline, November 2023 crashed. That's insane because I still remember that. My memory is still pretty fresh, but it has been 2 years ago, right? November 2023. And everything happened in just 5 days. A lot of things changed so fast. 2025 major events. Stargate started early this year. And on October, the estimated value has been $500 billion. Crazy. Sam Altman, born in Chicago on 1985. He's pretty young. You see that? He became the vice compilator's president when he's only 29 years old. What am I doing while I'm 29 years old? And found OpenAI when he's 30 years old. And his main assets, main wealth came from investment rather than OpenAI. Greg Brockman, former Stripe CTO, Ilya Stakskev, former chief of scientists. Study used to have Geoffrey Hinton. And 2024 left OpenAI, built safe superintelligence company. Other key founders: Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, John Truman, Andrei Karpathy, Wojciech Zaroba. Leadership characteristics: vision-driven, rapid iteration, capital operation, trust management. Founding history: in just 2 years, the valuation doubled around 10 times. That's a lot. It's only have around 2,000 to 3,500 people, employees. If you think about the personal revenue, it means that on average, each person, the value of each person is $100 million per person. If you think about it, that's insane. Key investors: Microsoft, SoftBank, NVIDIA, Thrive Capital, Tiger Global, Andreessen Horowitz. Valuation model analysis: revenue multiple, time penetration, key metrics. Okay, the second part is at the end. So the third part. So you see, actually, you will obviously feel that the report is cut off from here, right? It's not fully completed. And for the third part, it started a new chapter. I think the similar situation. Yeah, the similar situation. Well, the first part of the report. Anyway, but at least most of the information has been provided here. So comparative analysis, cloud, Gemini, DeepSeek, detailed comparison, ChatGPT GPT-5 versus Cloud Ops 4.1, Gemini 3, and just now Cloud Ops 4.5 is published. And you can feel that every day there are some news show up here. So it actually makes you feel so intense and have a very deep feel to feel to catch up the huge paradigm shift DeepSeek R1. ChatGPT strength, weakness, Sora competitors, View 3, Runway Gen 4, clean, strengths, weakness. OpenAI competitors, Anthropic API, Google API, Azure OpenAI, key insights. OpenAI's commitment to pursuing AGI brings both massive valuation and significant risks. Platform transformation, DeepSeek disruption lessons, product insights. Again, it doesn't provide translation here, so it's a flaw. Model unified trend. Multi-modal integration acceleration. Personalization becomes key. Yeah, let's say what citing it provide. So you see, here are some personalization we can have. Base style and tone, like professional, friendly, candid, quirky, efficient, nerd, cynical. Let's try professional. And then provide some customized instruction. I remember that here actually has some ChatGPT. Yeah, some awesome ChatGPT prompts. So here are different kind of prompt. It's pretty interesting, huh? And nickname, occupation, okay, and some personal information. And this is memory. And also have some advanced ability. That's everything for personalization. Actually, the current personalization ability is still pretty, I should say, pretty limited. And it can connect to different applications. Let's say my GitHub account or some other third-party applications here. And then the other setting is something like app setting and a chat bar. Work with other apps. Speech, audio, and suggestions, and the others. Yeah, that's that's everything. Yeah, that's every configuration we can have at this moment. Well, looks good so far. Let's continue. Yeah, personalization becomes key. Business insights, subscription and API dual engine, valuation bubble risk, strategic value to Microsoft relationship, implications for myself, multi-modal strategy, unified system for content, Sora social feature lessons. And it also gives some recommendation. Story generation use Cloud Sonnet 4.5. Dialogue use GPT 4.1 mini. Image use GPT Image 1 or Midjourney. Batch, DeepSeek. Audio, OpenAI TTS or 11 Labs. Business model, create Pro Studio. Differentiation position, cultural focus, interactive innovation, Creator tools. Lessons to avoid. Avoid over-promising. Copyright risks. Community trust. Again, it feels that this report is not fully generated and being cut off here. The last part. Job recommendation. Actually, I just applied OpenAI several days ago. Yeah, so maybe maybe I will skip this one at this moment. Well, but it doesn't suggest other stuff, so maybe support engineer. No, it doesn't trigger open the browser. Okay, double click. Support engineer. Okay. Let's limit the location, United States. Again, I really don't like, it mixed location and the country. Because, for example, I want to check out all the position available in America, right? Then it's for support. That's support position. San Francisco looks good. The others are senior. Well, not so good. So let's look at whether this position is something I can try. Okay, 8 years. I think it's pretty hard because it requires 8 years working experience. But maybe we'll try it anyway. Support. Let's continue. China US AI comparison. United States, OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, Meta, China, DeepSeek, Alibaba, Baidu, ByteDance. It doesn't mention Tencent, huh? For the top model, American has GPT-5 Cloud Ops. China has Kimi K2, Chen cost efficiency. American is a little bit too high. China, DeepSeek, 10% cost. Open source, Meta, Llama, China, Chen DeepSeek. But I feel very surprising, in the list, in the ranking list, actually we think about the downloads, DeepSeek is not here. But Qianwen is here. So which means that in the open source community, actually Qianwen is even more popular than DeepSeek. Infrastructure, NVIDIA is the monopoly. China is limited by chips. Application, United States focuses on enterprise SaaS. China has more application for customers. K-player comparison. Major China AI company, DeepSeek, R1, V3. Alibaba, Qianwen, 2.5 Max. Baidu, Early Bot. ByteDance, Doubao, Moonshot, Kimi, T2. Zhipu.ai, GLM 4.5. Implications for practitioners. Diverse skills. Mindset for cost control. Market selection. Long-term perspective. Okay. The mermaid diagram doesn't look successfully again. Hey, wait. I want you to fix these bugs. Fix the gold bug. Is mermaid A.A.0. Here it doesn't understand my it make me feel very stupid. Okay, timeline. First strategy. First thing, think about employers. Second thing is 3 times opportunity. See opportunities for H1B lottery. Cap gap extension. Alternative option. O1 visa. Need to prove excellent talents. Academic paper patents may help. EB2, NIW. H1B cap exempt college, nonprofit. L1 visa. International companies internal change. Go back to school, get a higher degree. Work in overseas. American companies, overseas office. Policy risk alerts. The government may shrink STEM OPT rules. Job search strategy. Focus on big technology company. Improve competition. Time management. Some interview questions. Technical interview questions. How would you explain the difference between GPT-4o and GPT-5 to your non-technical enterprise customers? Question 2. A customer is experiencing high latency with the OpenAI API. Walk me through your troubleshooting process. Question 3. How does token-based pricing work? And how would you help customers estimate their monthly API costs? Question 4. Explain the concept of prompt engineering and provide an example of how you would optimize a prompt for a specific user case. Question 5. A customer wants to fine-tune a model for their specific use case. What questions would you ask to determine if fine-tuning is the right approach? Question 6. How would you architect a solution using OpenAI's API that needs to handle sensitive customer data with compliance requirements? Question 7. Describe the real-time API and when you would recommend it over the standard chat completion API. Question 8. How would you help a customer evaluate whether to use OpenAI's API versus an open source model like Llama? Llama is also doesn't in the list. Question 9. Explain how you would design a RAG, retrieval augmented generation system for a customer with a large document knowledge base. Behavioral questions. Question 1. Tell me about a time when you had to explain a complex technical concept to a non-technical stakeholder. Question 2. Describe a situation where you had to manage difficult customer relationship. Question 3. Give an example of when you had to learn a new technology quickly to solve a customer problem. Question 4. Tell me about time when you disagreed with a colleague or manager. How did you handle it? Question 5. Describe a time when you failed to meet a customer's expectations. What did you learn? Question 6. How do you prioritize when you have multiple customers with urgent issues simultaneously? Question 7. Tell me about a project where you had to collaborate with cross-functional teams. Question 8. Describe a situation where you had to advocate for customers' needs internally. Question 9. How do you stay updated on rapid evolving AI technology? Yeah, that's the end. Several thoughts. Why use cloud to generate this report? Because it cannot generate everything in one report. So I allow it to generate artifacts in several artifacts. So in this case, the whole report is divided automatically by cloud into 4 parts. And also it doesn't recommend some YouTube channel or some papers. Well, maybe I don't. Okay. And another bug I'm noticing is that sometimes cloud chat will somehow, you know, the generated report suddenly disappear in 1 second. So now my strategy is to, for every part of the report, it will pause. And I will download it manually, then I confirm continue. So in this case, if the message is missing, at least I only miss, some part of the report rather than everything is generated. I need to regenerate everything. It's a big waste of time and my token. Yeah, that's pretty much for it. Thank you.